it's an unusual situation where someone
A defendant asking for jail time? In 15 years of court reporting, I've seen maybe 3 of these. Most fight tooth and nail to stay out. But Brandon Coles? He's walking toward the cell. Either this is next-level accountability, or a man who's given up. What do you think? Speech balloon.
is my client is very upfront about the fact that they need time in custody.
We will go on the record in the matter 25 CF 76, 25 CM 91, State of Wisconsin versus Brandon Coles. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Coles appears in person in custody with counsel Joel Feliski. We're set today in this matter for a plea and sentencing. Mr. Feliski, can you recite the agreement for the record?
Certainly, Your Honor. Mr. Coles has agreed to plead to count 1 of the complaint in 25 CF 76, the sole count in 25 CM 91 to be dismissed and read in, with the parties making a joint recommendation for 90 days of jail concurrent to Mr. Coles' other sentences.
To be imposed immediately?
That's my understanding.
This plea deal math is brutal. 90 days jail now versus 3.5 years if he loses at trial. But here's what they're not saying. This simple possession charge triggered probation revocation from his last case. One slip equals domino effect. Game die hashtag probation trap.
Coles, that's the agreement that you've reached?
Yes.
Is he currently sitting time?
He is currently sitting on a probation hold awaiting revocation.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Coles, well, are these the cases that got you revoked on the other matter?
For right now,
Yes.
this case I got revocated for now.
Okay, because on you're being revoked from your last case?
Yeah, I'm getting revoked from the one you sentenced me to 2 years probation and 1 year stay in post in 2023.
Oh, okay, but not on your case before that, or right after?
Yeah, not that one.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure so I had an understanding of what's going on. Okay, so you're 43 years old, 8 years of schooling, read, write, understand English, no drugs, alcohol, or any medications, and no mental illnesses or disorders, correct? Attorney go over with you what the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, you did.
Did your attorney go over with you the maximum possible penalty you face?
Yes.
All right. Because you're charged with crimes, you are entitled to constitutional rights. Each of those rights is listed on this document. Did your attorney go over your rights with you thoroughly?
Yes.
Do you understand them completely?
Yes.
Do you need me to go over those rights with you in any more detail?
No.
Did you sign this document?
Yes, I did.
And did your attorney thoroughly go over the document with you, essentially word for word?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you're not a citizen of the United States, your plea could result in your deportation?
Yes.
Do you understand that the state would have to prove on or around June 3rd, 2025, you possessed a substance, the substance was a controlled substance, methamphetamine, and you knew or believed that substance was a controlled substance, methamphetamine? Do you understand what the state would have to prove?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum possible penalty could be up to a $10,000 fine or 3.5 years of incarceration or both? Do you understand that there is an agreement reached by both parties, but I'm not bound to follow that?
Yes.
I could sentence you all the way to the maximum possible penalty if I thought it was warranted. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Now, did you go over the criminal complaint with your attorney?
Yes.
And in the section called probable cause, did you review those facts that are alleged?
Yes, I did.
For the most part, are those facts accurate?
Yes.
Are you admitting here today that you in fact did possess methamphetamine?
This is the legal equivalent of hold my coffee. The judge can toss this 90-day deal and max him out to 3.5 years on a whim. That's not leverage, that's a judicial death stare. And Coles knows it. Flushed face hashtag gavel power asterisk.
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Feliski, may the court use the probable cause section of the criminal complaint to find a factual basis?
So stipulated.
Has anyone made any threats or any promises to you for you to plead guilty to the charge?
No.
You're doing so freely and intelligently. That means you're telling the court you fully understand what you're doing
Yes.
and voluntarily.
Yes.
Has your attorney represented you competently?
Yes.
Has he answered all of your questions?
Yes, he has.
Has he looked at this matter thoroughly?
Yes.
And are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, I am.
Do you have any questions for the court or for your attorney before we proceed?
No, I don't.
Then as to count one, the sole count in 25 CF 76, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
The court will find your plea of guilt is done knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. I'm going to find that you understand your constitutional rights and what it means to waive and give up those rights. I'm going to find a factual basis to accept your plea of guilt. Based on that, I will find you guilty of the sole count of possession of methamphetamine. The other case will be dismissed and read in for purposes of sentencing. Mr. Schmidt.
It's a plea to the felony. We're doing jail up front rather than probation because if you look at Mr. Cole's history, he just has not been successful on probation. When I've talked with DOC, what do we do next? They don't know. So it doesn't make sense to put him on probation, especially when both these cases, one is a simple possession, another is him behaving in strange, erratic ways consistent with using methamphetamine. So they're both essentially simple possession, they're use cases. I think the 90 days jail is appropriate for use violation on supervision, and I ask the court to do that. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Feliski.
Thank you, Your Honor. I concur with the state's sentiments regarding this being at its heart, a substance use issue. Mr. Coles has been very upfront with me of the fact that of his substance use issues. He admitted to me that he was an addict, that he has combated this issue with himself in his personal life, in his criminal history for many, many years. I would add to that, moreover, Your Honor, it's an unusual situation where someone upfront about the fact that they need time in custody. Most people, in my experience, do not want to spend any amount of time in jail. I think that's very understandable, but that's not the case with Mr. Coles. He's been very upfront about the fact that he wants to be held accountable, needs to be held accountable, and that he's taking responsibility here today by entering into this plea and by agreeing to be incarcerated. I think that this is an appropriate agreement. It protects the community, it acknowledges the severity of the offense, and most importantly, I think it perhaps addresses the rehabilitative needs of Mr. Coles, his need to be sober, to stay sober, and to work on his sobriety and his recovery. I think this is an appropriate agreement, and I would ask the court to follow it. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Coles.
When jail becomes your best rehab option, that's rock bottom. His lawyer's basically saying, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. But is locking him up really the solution, or just society's band-aid? Adhesive bandage, #broken system.
Do you have a statement? You don't have to.
I just can't kick this habit. I'm sick of it, but I can't seem to kick this methamphetamine habit.
I was having with Mr. Kitchen Master.
Yes, I did.
How did it affect you in any way?
Yes, it did.
What were you thinking or feeling?
Like the control thing. I want to be in control of my life. It's like the meth and my affiliation and stuff like that. It's just, I let it control my life.
You said your meth and your affiliation?
Yeah.
What do you mean by affiliation?
Like gang ties.
I don't know where you are affiliated or what it takes to get out of that affiliation.
There's no.
You need to control your life, Mr. Coles. What else do you want to tell me?
I want to be sober. I was doing good. I went to treatment, and I don't know. On April 16th came around, I got sentenced and fell off right away.
You got sentenced when you were, or you fell off when you were sentenced on your last case?
Yep.
Why? What happened?
I don't know.
Because you were put on probation, right, with the withheld?
Right. I came to the county jail to do my DNA. They were busy. And then I told this individual, I'm like, I want to get high.
You recall what you were thinking at that exact moment?
Apparently I wasn't.
Do you know if you had a trigger?
Well, we stopped at a smoke shop, like THC was bought and stuff like that. But it's like my surroundings I surround myself with, like the same females over and over.
Females only get you in trouble. True. Not all, but most.
And I beat myself. I read my revocation packet, and from the treatment, they have nothing but good things to say about me. And I know I'm that person, but can't kick this method.
Have to find that person again. And as I told Mr. Kitchen Master, only you can control your life. Only you can control what you do. Because right now you're letting methamphetamine control you. And you've got to be strong. You've got to be a tough individual. You have to be somewhat like Mr. Kitchen Master. I don't know you as much as I know Mr. Kitchen Master, but you have to, knowing what I know about you, you have to be strong-willed and take charge of things.
My mental health ain't like, it's like destroyed.
What do you mean?
You know, I hear shit, see shit.
You're not supposed to swear in court.
I see things, you know, think I'm being followed, chased.
Have you had a medical evaluation
Not yet.
or a mental health evaluation?
Not yet.
You could need to be on medication. And did you hear Mr. Kitchen Master? He's been taking his medication every day as he's prescribed to take, and he's feeling amazing, like a real person. Because I'm gonna bet that in your situation, when you have the addiction and you're doing the bad things, you don't feel like a person, do you?
No. Nobody wants to be around me, period. You know, because of my paranoia or whatever it is, you know, like.
Do you know there's meth psychosis? There's THC psychosis. There's things that...
Hearing voices, paranoia. This isn't just meth, it's full-blown psychosis. And here's the tragic part. Wisconsin jails have become the state's largest mental health facilities. He needs a hospital, not a cell. Hospital # treatment, not punishment.
They affect people's brains. And now with the THC levels, and this is speaking to Mr. Kitchmaster too, the THC levels that we have now, because they're chemically engineered and bioengineered, are so much higher than they were in the 1950s, 60s, 70s. It's like it was, I believe, like, don't quote me, I don't know exactly for sure, I haven't read it in a long time, but THC levels in like the 1960s, 70s was like 5%. It's like 35 or more % now in the marijuana that is being produced. Do you know what that does to a person's brain? Destroys it. It makes them have a psychosis where they don't know where they are, where they're doing the things that you were doing in the other case. When you're here like this, and you've been sober for a while, you are sober, how do you feel?
I feel good. You know, like, you know, I'd seen Pastor Jack and he's like, I heard you're a really good dude when you're sober. I mean, I believe that. I really am. You know, like when I'm not under the influence, I'm a really good person. I can light up a room. And I feel good about
that. I feel you have a good personality, but you're letting the substances control you in your life. And then the affiliation. Okay, again, I can't get into that. I don't know about that. Well, you've been sober. Have you been hearing the voices?
Yeah.
You still hear them? So then that tells me, go ahead.
I try to ignore it, you know, like overpower it, because I believe like if you entertain spirits, bad spirits, they're going to keep coming. But I mean, I hear them and then, you know, or I think people are doing shady things or whispering, talking and stuff like that.
Are you Native American? And
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
asking to be...
I'm Samoan, Native and white.
Okay, so do you connect to any part of your heritage?
Yeah, I follow Native American.
And have you went back to that and to their customs, to their traditions, and have you engulfed yourself in the Native American customs?
I mean, I have in prison, you know, I haven't been out long enough to, you know, even get to it, you know.
Have you reached out to anyone here in the St. Croix tribe?
Not like that.
that would be a good idea. Get involved in the powwows, get involved in the drumming, get involved in those spiritual ceremonies. When you are giving yourself to that higher power and you are engulfing yourself in your customs and your heritage, you will be brought back.
This judge just did something revolutionary. She prescribed culture instead of punishment. Tribal connections, powwows, drum circles? That's not typical sentencing. It's recognizing that healing requires roots, not just rules. Seedling #restorative justice.
I don't know if Mr. Coles knows who he is right now. I don't think you've known who you were for a very long time. Correct?
Correct. You know, it took 22 years for my son to come back around. I just got him back, you know, in my life, and here I am. And I made a promise to my daughter that I'd be off for her birthday, which is on Father's Day, and she's a little upset. She won't talk to me now, and so I understand.
I'm sorry, for the council's